We're back. Forgotten Heroes, Season 2. It's only three episodes in the pilot, but we're back bigger than ever in Season 2, mate.
It was short but sweet. Who would have thought we'd find some funding for our Season 2? The odds were stacked against us, but we've been enlisted for another season, Nida.
We have, and you talk about funding, and it's an excellent or exciting time because we've got a few boys on, and we've got to give them a shout out. None other. We got the hats on. We got the stubbies in front of us.
Beautiful.
Doc Brewing Co. Bray on for Season 2. Big get.
Who would have thought our first sponsor, local guys, Doc Brewing, make a great craft beer down in Fulham, brew it themselves. Just a couple of local boys doing big things in the craft beer section.
Mate, and they're actually giving everyone that listens to the podcast, giving them 15% off. Just use the code beer and that, and you get 15% off your Doc Brewing. That's what it's all about, bro.
I think a nice Father's Day present coming up, or Mother's Day if you haven't got one in yet.
Isn't Father's Day at the end of the year?
Yeah, why not? But get in early. Get in early.
Get your dad a beer for Mother's Day.
Well, if you don't have a mum, you got two dads.
Well, that's it. We got the boys, Beachworm Capital.
Yeah,
They've chucked in some money, so shout out to them.
Aren't they flying at the moment?
Tex Walker, Tyson Panagotto, two of the biggest names in South Australian sport.
And the boys have just had a Group 1 winner too in the dogs.
She's a pearl. That's,
beautiful dog.
That's destined for big things. So great to have them on board. A shout out to all of those lads, and boy, they can party, those boys.
I reckon they don't know when to stop, those boys.
No, they don't.
They haven't stopped since that Group 1 win.
No, and I've seen some footage, and it's not great. Can't be shown on the podcast, bro. PG-13 on this, maybe M. But as well, we got Shanksy, local councilman out in Gawler.
Great man, Shanksy.
Very good fella. He's jumped on board, so shout out to him.
Big up, Shanks.
GCJ, great to have them on board. They've built a beautiful rooftop they've built the roof in the rooftop bar at the Exchange in Gawler. Unbelievable thing.
Outstanding.
Doing a great job as well. So it's great to have them on board, Bray.
We're feeling the love here. We are feeling the love.
It's fantastic. Can't wait to get into it. But that's enough. That's a big sponsors wrap for the show.
Huge.
Talk to us, mate. What have you been doing? It's been a while. What's been going on in Bray Raffinelli's world?
Well, I've made my return in footy. I was cut down cruelly in the prime of my career last year. Did a very peculiar and did a knee injury. Was only the fifth bloke in SA to do it last year. It was me, Zach Butters, two guys from Golden Grove, and a guy from North Haven. Three guys that did an LCL, so I felt in pretty good company there. But I made a return 2 weeks ago in the mighty Lockley C grade, so I've been running around there, kicking a few bags there. So it's been good fun. But if you haven't seen my Instagram, I'm been the face of Body Fit West Lakes.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Paul, show us what you got.
Something odd. Oh, geez, I just found this here. It's actually my coach's award I won at Body Fit. I didn't lose the most weight. I didn't gain the most muscle, but I've just been an all-round good bloke, and it's probably rocked up there the most.
Yeah. No, you're looking trimmer than last time I saw you, so that's good. The shirt's a bit looser on you.
Beautiful.
And well done on the award. But I got something to bring up with you, that there's a lot of chat around, and the rumour is that when you got into your health kick, when you got into your health kick, that you were quite busy on Snapchat letting the boys know that you were working hard. There's a few snaps going out.
It was meant to be a safe space.
There's a few snaps going out to a group Snapchat with our first ever guest might have been involved with Jimmy Tumpus. Saying, and it was selfies of you at the gym saying creeping, not sleeping.
When they're sleeping, I'm creeping.
Yeah, and so that was all good. And the boys had a gutful of it. Because Tump goes, I'm still fitter than you, which we know.
I hope so.
That's fair information. But Tump just wanted to know that the last 6 weeks there's been none of those Snapchats. So are you off the boiler at the moment?
No, the weather's got a little bit colder, so it's hard to go in the mornings. But no, I'm just not broadcasting my gains anymore now. So no, it's a good little group. At 5:30 every morning, when me, Tump, and my mate Reese get up in the morning, we send a little Snapchat, keep us all accountable. But yeah, it's always when they're sleeping, I'm creeping. So
yeah,
good little catchphrase, catches on.
Tump's calling bullshit. He reckons you haven't been to the gym for 6 weeks.
I've actually used the same picture for the last 6 weeks.
But no, good to see you looking trim, mate.
And yourself, Nida?
It's been busy. Lots going on.
You're a busy man.
Couple of premierships since the last podcast, Bray. Carried on a couple of times.
Talk to me. There was a roof over your head, wasn't there, in your last premiership? Niner side?
The Niners side, AFL Max. We lost that.
Yeah. Oh, you lost
we
that.
Lost. Thanks
we
for
really
bringing
had
it
to
up.
start taking notes down for the show.
Thanks, mate. The Sturt boys got us started in AFL Max. But,
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, way to bring that up and rip the Band-Aid off. But the girls that are coached locally, we won the flag last year.
Beautiful.
And, carried on a bit. And then obviously the Eags last year went back to back. And
You did.
we carried on for a few days after that one as well, bro.
Oh, I got a few Snapchats from that one. That was good fun.
There's a bit. I think there's Channel 7. I think showed on the news something me sculling out of the cup, which was always good. But no, it's been great. Obviously into a new season and looking forward to it. Played a couple of weeks ago, dominated as you can imagine, off no pre-season. But so looking hopefully to get out and play a couple more games this year, fixture depending. But that's 6 minutes 20. That's 2 minutes quicker than when we had Tump on.
Yeah, big time.
There's two blokes sitting to our left, my left. Your direct front.
This is our pre-season too. We can be a little bit rusty first off the bat.
Mate, Marmalade, Oz.
Huge. Big get.
All over TikTok.
Biggest names.
You know, I've done all right on Marmalade. Probably still got one of the best kicks on there that they've shown. But we've got Checkers and Lloydie from Marmalade. Boys, thanks for joining us.
Fellas.
Thanks for having us. Good to see you again. Good to see your beautiful faces.
No, it's good to see you, boys. Boys, talk to us. What's been happening? It's been a whirlwind with Marmalade.
Yeah. Well, we kicked with Matty Knight, and ever since, people have been knocking on our door asking for videos. That's basically how it happens, isn't it? You'd know about, bro.
I do know. But do you want to tell us, like, who came up with the idea to kick a Torp into the KFC bucket?
Oh, the bucket one came after. Originally, it was kicking over the pub where it started.
Yeah. Where was your first pub you kicked over?
Prince Albert Hotel, not the one in Gawler, but the one in Wright Street in the city.
Yep.
Nice pub.
And
Very
a friend
nice.
of ours just bought it and renovated it, and we'll give him a plug and go in there and see him for lunch. But Darren behind the bar, Darren there having a feed, and
big supporter of the show, Darren.
Yeah, he will be. Yeah.
He will be.
We just started mucking around with TikTok through our work sort of thing, and it was a really different platform. It's a platform full of a lot of younger people to us.
Yep.
So we were experimenting with a lot of stuff, and Darren said, there's a footy across the road. It's stuck in the tree next to the kindy. So some of the kindergartners have kicked it up there. Maybe go across, see if you can knock it down and kick it over my roof. And so Lloydie went across, and I think I'll give you this story because it was your kick. So.
Well, the footy was flat, so I had to get my own footy from the car to throw it up to get it down. And there was a kindy just watching. This is their footy.
They were on recess break.
Yeah.
Not creepy at all.
Yeah, so we wandered across the road and got the footy down, and all these kids start rolling up at the fence and
big cheers, going, yeah, we got our footy back. Yeah. We had our footy for 6
so
weeks.
I'm holding this flat footy, and Joel's looking at me like shaking his head like, no, you can't. And I've just
Yes,
nodded
I
at
can.
him. I've gone, I'm doing it. Like, and the
So I'm
teachers
crouched
come up.
down with my phone and ready to film this, and all the kids are looking at us like,
This is
what
brilliant.
is going
Yeah.
on?
Teachers just
Teachers
come
put his
over,
hands out, ready to catch this thing.
need to throw it over and going, nah, this footy, it's broken. You can't have it back.
Can't work with it.
So I've just turned in one motion and just gone for it, and he's recorded it at the time. So there's all these kids behind, and you don't see that in the footage. But
We had to bolt. We had to run. And then, anyways, we worked that on TikTok, and we woke up the next day, and I think it probably had 100,000 plays on it. Which was, we didn't really expect. It was just sort of was a kindergarten's footy going on a roof. But go next week, we catch up for a feed. Go, should we try that again?
Yeah.
And, the week after, let's give it another crack, and it just kept going and going until we end up kicking with Matt Knight at Woodby West, or going across to Melbourne a few weeks ago. It just keeps growing. It's just crazy where it leads.
So can you who's been on your list of Torps? Like you have to say them all, but who's been probably give us some for the fans out there.
Kane Corns was the most recent one. We did that just on the weekend.
How was Cornsey?
Great guy. He cops a lot of heat in the media, and we actually, I've never actually dealt with him. I think he might have Bray and I back in under 8s or 9s. Kane came out and ran our training one time. That's probably the most I've ever dealt with him.
Yeah.
But no, he was a great guy, and his kids were there, and they love kicking Torps. So
Him and Elijah Ware came to our training session.
Elijah Ware.
I reckon
And Luke
I got
sometimes-
stuck in Elijah Ware's group as well. They split the teams up, and I reckon Bray might have been one of the better players, but a bit more popular. And I was one of the more bench warmer players, so they sort of pushed us over here and said, "You guys can have that 50, and the midfielders and the better players who get the votes." And Bray's got Kane Corns kicking with him, and I'm sort of stuck behind 15 other gumpy sort of dudes waiting for Elijah Ware to kick me a footy. But yeah, anyways, that's a bit of a tangent.
That's what the show's for, though. It's the show's
You
for.
got Kane Corn signature on the back of your Guernsey, and I got Elijah Ware's on the back of my Guernsey. So
Both meant a lot to us both.
Both-
Yeah.
Both great players.
we probably have to kick a talk with
Elijah Ware.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Loves very active on Facebook. Elijah Ware actually always I see him on
Ware,
the,
yep.
see him on the doggies page. He's got a bit to say every now and then when Central Districts aren't going that well. But no doubt there you got into Kane Corns' group because your dad was coaching.
That's correct.
Always,
I know.
you always
That
seem
didn't
to
help me
find a
long,
way.
and that didn't help me long term, did it? As the family will remember, famously dropped to the B grade grand final 2 years ago by my dad. So had to play threes that day. So
And I watched C grade footy on the weekend 2 weeks ago for the first time, Bray, and my God, I do not understand. I didn't know the level was that bad.
yeah, well, if you've seen a few Barossa B grades, it's pretty similar. Very similar standard out there. So this bloke's just whacking us because he can't get a game in the amateur league C grades. But I've seen a few BLG games and not great. Not
Well,
great.
if you go and watch Freeling Kapunda, yeah, I understand. It's fair enough. But, mate, the Gawler clubs, you're playing against kids that are pushing for A grade, trying to run you ragged.
This
Against
is what all good B graders say. This is what all good B graders say.
Playing against blokes that have played 150 A grade games and slowing down, it's a bit different to C grade. Did you watch that video I put up?
I did watch that video.
No one wanted that ball.
No one that look. C6 is a lot different to C5. C5 onwards, it gets a lot better.
Yeah,
a lot
well,
better.
That's because the numbers get lower, isn't it?
That's all right.
No, but boys, you've actually been on some incredible adventures with Marmalade Oz. What's made you decide to keep going with it?
I guess just every single thing that pops up just makes it like blow your mind a bit more. So once you've done one, that excitement is just like, all right, who's next? So the whole thing with it's been who's next, you know? So once we get one, the next one just flows on from there.
It's like any addiction. they say don't play the pokies, but when you slap that first $5 in, I don't bet on the horses, but when you kick your first torp, you want to kick another.
Yeah, agree. And great putting it in context with the pokies. When you get that dragon cash and you get that coin feature come up, there is nothing better. Gamble responsibly. Or the 3 horses on.
Yeah. Well, where's the goal? To be a favourite of mine. Peter Panner was always the one go-to there. Peter Panner or Findo.
Yeah.
I actually don't gamble, don't drink.
No.
Don't do any of that stuff.
No,
so-
we're responsible.
I know what you're
adults.
talking
Yeah,
about.
none of that here. None of that here.
And checkers as well. Like obviously, Lloydie, talk to us about what you're doing. You're on the side. You're at the Rammy.
Yep.
One of the managers down there.
Yeah, assistant manager at the Ramsgate, so have a bit of fun down there on the weekend and throughout the week.
You'd see some sights down there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, see some things.
I reckon I owe you about 20 acrylic short glasses from Friday nights down there with me and my mate Bainey had a period when we were living at Semaphore and we'd go down there on a Friday night and steal how many cups we could steal. Never used them, so I might have to give you those back.
Lloydie, who's the most strangest character you've or well-known character you've served a beer for at the Rams game?
At the Ramsgate, we were talking about one today. We had Charlie Dixon come in the
Good
other
one.
week with Robbie Gray. I think you were there yourself, actually.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah,
I was
you
down at
were.
Ramsgate.
The reason we brought it up was the venue manager, Drew. He's a massive Port fan.
Yep.
So when I've gone to serve the beer for Charlie and gone to grab his card, got the whack on the hand from the venue manager. He said, "They don't pay here." Nah, not Charlie and not Robbie. Nah. I went, all right.
Oh,
fair
free
enough."
beers, Robbie.
Yeah. So you get a few footy personalities come in,
Yep.
but yeah, it's pretty interesting what you see down there.
Yeah, and checkers obviously some of the rarest DJ gigs that I've ever seen.
I'm lucky to be in a few
Girls.
of them, haven't I?
I actually need to get down there. Friday night's not great for me at the moment, but I need to get down there. Watching
You can sleep
videos.
on, sleep on Bray's Lounge, which is a handy advantage.
Very handy, vibe. I live between Cheeky Greek and the Ramsgate, so very dangerous
Yeah.
combination down here.
Very dangerous putting that out on the podcast as well.
I've been very lucky though. obviously played at the same footy club as Checkers for many years, and wherever we go on footy trip, Checkers books himself a little gig there. So
that's great.
From Byron Bay to Geelong, which was a weird one. That was the strangest place I've ever been to. There was no one there.
I just had half the team with their tops off.
Tops off. There
and no one on the dance floor.
Gold Coast. We went to the Gold Coast, and then you went to Melbourne. Where'd you go?
We went to the races. That was a
sleep.
tough one. We had to get up real early in the morning.
We
to
hadn't
go watch
slept yet.
Winks run, and the gig wasn't until 5 in the morning. But we were staying in Geelong. You couldn't go back there, so we were stuck. We were punting, deep dark hole, no cash. Felt upset. Bray's crying.
Miss my wife.
I've got my backpack with my headphones on, and it's only 5 p.m. and I've got to sit it out till 5 a.m. So we're like, how do we kill some time here? Well, lucky there's a lot of nightclubs there.
Where are you getting a gig at 5 a.m?
Melbourne. It's a wonderful place.
And where was the one at Geelong you went to? That was a cracker. St. James.
The manager loved it. He thought it was hilarious because there's 15 blokes with their tops off.
With their shirts off, wrestling in there, taking each other in there.
And they drained the bar dry as well. It was the most, sort of nightclubs sometimes not a lot of people drinking beverages behind the bar. This was one of them, and Bray, and the boys, 25 beers each. So
we found that wonderful place, Lambie's, didn't we? The sun doesn't shine there.
Taylor's actually lived in Geelong for as well, so he knows all these places like the back of his hand.
13 months, so definitely went to Lambie's a fair
And where we stayed, the Finks, did we? Something all...
We actually, this one never got filmed. You won't find this on TikTok, you won't find this on the Instagram, but we, driving back from Melbourne the other week, I had to go to the Sphinx.
Has that place not burnt down yet?
He goes,
the cameraman.
Surely
it's an hour and a half detour. I want to get home. I said, the Sphinx needs a footy kicked over.
It does.
It needs to be burnt down, that place.
I said, I've done some despicable things at the Sphinx. And I need to go and undo my sins. So we rocked up to the Sphinx and took this hour and a half detour. And I said, don't film this one. I've got a bad feeling about the Sphinx. I said, I'll kick it. It'll be in our memories forever.
Yeah. Not safe
So
place.
you've driven an hour and a half out of your way to kick a Torp without it being recorded.
It's glorious. It's 15 metres high, big Sphinx.
You can see it from
big
unbelievable.
Pharaoh sort of looking thing, man.
It's incredible. And
In the middle of fucking nowhere as well.
The day before on Instagram, I think it was like Billy Brown, or so someone put an Instagram story up outside the Sphinx. It was all coming together. It's in the back of my mind, like, I'm going to see the Sphinx this weekend. I'm going to remember everything I've done there. I think... I'll just put it in the podcast. I don't really want to say it, but the first day we rocked up, we're all dressed as superheroes. I'm dressed as someone from Adventure Time, I think, but all I was wearing was
Yes, I remember that.
a bed sheet. That was it, just around my neck.
That little cape thing,
We
that
rolled
little
into
monster.
the Sphinx to have our first beer. Sphinx staff have no idea what's hit them because there's actually a wake going on in the Sphinx. They've let 35 blokes into the Sphinx. I've ordered 6 vodka Red Bulls wearing...
We're cheering. We're singing the Holy Grail. We're coming off the bar singing Holy
But
Grail.
these six vodka Red Bulls come to the bar, and I look to my right, and there's 2 blokes in suits with sunglasses on, and I was like,
Crying.
Geez, must be another footy trip. They're dressed up as well.
Men in Black thing. We thought Men in Black.
Unwell. Anyway, so we're at the Sphinx, and I was like, this is not going on TikTok. Grabbed the softest footy in the car because I was worried I was going to break something, and I kicked it, and I said, Lloyd, you ready? Get the car running. We have to leave. Hit it in the throat.
Great Torp though.
Great
Good
talk.
talk,
Just a
good
low one,
spiral.
low.
Nothing full flat, yeah.
It bounced off the throat into the beer garden.
Surprised the whole place didn't fall over. That. Unless we have termites all over there.
He's in the car already. He's seen it come off the foot. That's all he's in to see. He didn't even want to see where it ended up. Accelerator's running. I had to chase the car down and jump in the car park as we drove off. Anyways, that's the last time I've ever gone to the Sphinx ever again.
Do you remember that last day we were in by the pool and everyone just threw all their loose coins in the drain to try and cock it up the pool
We
thing?
never got our bond back because we threw about $400 of 50-cent pieces into the pool.
You try and cock it up and then all of a sudden the water's not flowing out there. It's just,
So they had to empty their pool, but at least they got $400 worth of coins to pay for the
they
operation.
did. And we thought that was our bond, but they said get fucked.
What's
We nearly saw Winks lose, by the way. That was the one time Winks nearly lost.
what race was it?
Queen
Elizabeth Stakes,
Queen
yeah.
Elizabeth.
It was better than Lego.
Yeah, mate. And he got boxed in, and we're like, fucking hell, we haven't slept, and we're about to see Winks lose. And then it just came out of a pocket and just fucking won by like about a head. It was his Winks' closest like win.
Yeah.
Imagine going all the way.
We're on the finish line. Actually, there was a bloke in our footy team who didn't know much about horse racing, and as Winks came out, it's getting paraded, everyone's filming, it was a big deal. It was like, it's probably 25th, 26th win or something. And he's just going, overrated, you're a shit horse. Fucking
Get out.
250 people around, all dressed in blue, people
Well,
crying,
kill him.
I had my
tears,
little
seeing
Winks
Winks in
out
the
out
flesh.
Yeah,
This guy was about, we had to like put security on him. He was like, we don't know this guy, please get rid of him.
Well, one of the boys caught Luke Nolan's goggles, and then he was telling everyone they were Hugh Bowman's, and then people offered him $1,000 cash for it. Ended up selling it for 500 to
I
somebody.
actually rate that.
Ended up selling 500, and we went out with that money as well. So brilliant. I think we put a quaddie on Ascot just to finish the day off. But brilliant times.
It's some of the greatest footy trip stories come from the races. We went over for Winks in the Turnbull Stakes or ours, had an unbelievable day on the punt. I reckon we put in 50 and got up to $2,000. By the time we went out, the boys all decided they want to book a booth at a karaoke bar for 3 hours. So, and that was going to cost us like $1,000. So we pretty much used all of the money we had left on this karaoke bar. I performed 3 songs and everyone had a gutful, wanted to fuck off. So we're there for 12 minutes, paid for 3 hours, $1,000 gone.
What were the songs?
I think I did the Veronica's Untouched. I did Mr. Brightside.
Great touch.
And Murder on the Dance Floor. Sophie
Sophie
Ellis Baxter.
Yeah.
Had no
one-
voice.
Your best one.
Sophie Ellis
Yeah.
Baxter was an inside job. No one knows what happened to her.
But like, talk to us, Checkers, playing footy as well in the D's down at Lockley's.
Doing big things, yeah.
How's that been going?
He's got his own footy card for the viewers at home.
I haven't been to training since about 2019. So I usually just get a message on a Thursday saying, here's the ground we're playing at, and you're starting in the ruck. And that's all I do.
And when we say starting the ruck, like, how far out of the ruck are you moving?
I just stand there and look at the guy and say, please don't hurt me, I'm not well. It's 10 a.m. I only woke up 15 minutes ago.
And what does your kit usually look like? You're a man that's doesn't wear the usual attire when he plays footy. What have you donned over the years?
I've worn basketball goggles. One game I actually got told, so the chairman or the president of the club, I had 60 butterfly tattoos and a face painting kit.
This is all serious.
And got the wet cloth that I'm putting butterfly tattoos on people's faces. I've got 6 around my neck like Dusty Bucket. We're playing top side, by the way. We're sitting about 6th. We're playing off the finals. If we win this, we make finals. If we lose, we don't.
They're playing like a northern team like Elizabeth, by the way, too.
Yeah.
They had real tattoos.
They had real
tattoos.
teardrops. And I get the face painting kit out and I start to paint up one of our midfielders, and the president comes down and he goes, you got 10 minutes to the first bounce, all the tattoos are off, or you're never playing for this club ever again. But anyways, I kept a couple of tattoos on my neck.
And you'd have the big Travis Cloak glove on too.
I had a glove for a bit.
glove for a while.
How did that work?
I don't know, it was a BMX club. Or a headband.
Yeah, the helmet, goggles. I remember
helmet.
saying that all at one time. Helmet, goggles, and glove all at the same time.
What's some of the work? Like, surely you've copped some shit on the footy field. Like, I know I do. Like, what's the worst thing you've copped, do you reckon?
I don't know, I can't say I'm in public, man. They're real bad. I just...
The family want to hear it. This is a safe
I just
space
look at
here.
people and just smile and say, happy Saturday.
We're all here playing C9 footy.
Yeah, I don't know. I've copped a few weeks here and there. I run my mouth, but I don't normally run with my fists. So
you were a scapegoat, I remember, in 2017 or 2018 for that sling tackle. How many weeks did you get?
I copped 2 weeks, but one of them was suspended, luckily. I couldn't go to the tribunal because I was going to Melbourne for a gig, because I actually ended up missing 2. I couldn't go there and say, hey, I didn't actually do anything here.
Had to play guilty.
The umpires stiffed me, and I was just like, I was going to go after the game, like, hey, mate, I actually fly to Melbourne on Tuesday. I'm not going to be able to go to the tribunal. Can we just agree on this now? But he shot off in his car, and I was stuck. I was like, oh, well, guess I'm not playing footy next 2 weeks.
And Lockley's had the rule back then. Whatever you got from the tribunal,
We
double it.
double.
We double it. So Checkers got 4 weeks, and then our A grade recruit, who was ended up being a bit of a spud.
Name?
I can't say it here. Big scary guy. Very scary guy. We know what we're talking about. He should not be named. Belted someone off the ball, got 5 weeks, and there's nothing extra for him because we needed him to make finals. So poor Checkers, he pays his subs, and this other guy we're paying.
Checkers is paying his $350
Paying $350
on the beers at the club all day.
Doing the barbecue and stuff like that. And this guy
collects his 1,000 a game.
Collecting his 1,000 a game, belt someone, and then didn't train the whole 5 weeks either, and didn't get anything added to it. And we just still didn't make
I
finals.
didn't train the whole 5 weeks.
You didn't either. But you didn't train the years before that though either, so that's no different.
Yeah,
I don't know what it looks
you've
like.
built a reputation, and that's the main thing. What about gigs? Obviously, let's talk gigs. Like Lloydie, obviously working at the Rammy as well.
Things are
and
getting
seeing
very
Checkers
special there at the moment.
Yeah.
You might have a better perspective on it. Because my perspective from behind the decks, something you can't describe.
Bird sculling leaves of
milk and Fanta and
what's going on down there?
give us something on that. Lloydie,
Marmalade
you. From a bar manager's view,
Just whatever is in his head, just let him do it because he ain't gonna listen anyway. So if
Yeah.
you say
Yeah.
no, that means yes.
so you're regularly telling him no.
I try to, but it
Yeah, you
doesn't.
have to kind of say no.
I've
yeah.
just given up. And
What are
just
the
go,
pub
sure.
thing? What are the pub thing?
I
love
think what the pub doesn't know, like,
As long as the bills get paid down the Ramsgate.
I mean, yeah, they've probably seen some of the photos and think, "What the hell?" But just let him run with it because
Gets a crowd.
it gets a bit of a reach, and there's people coming in there now asking for milk
I
to
banned
do
milk. People asked me, I got asked 9 times. I said, no, it's banned. And they said, who banned it? I said, me.
The milkman is not delivering anymore.
If I don't want milk, it's not happening.
Mate, I've literally seen scrolled some of the videos, and there's just like young
Ridiculous.
girls looking pretty nice, by the way, just sculling a litre of milk.
Shout out to
over their
Mrs.
heads.
Paige
Yeah,
Raffinelli.
love my wife. But sculling litres of milk. It's like, credit to you with the following you've got, but then you've moved from milk to Fanta.
Yeah.
Obviously, big promotional change. Obviously, some contracts and some bills being paid to get you over to Fanta. Talk to us about the change to Fanta and how's that going with you?
Lear. This saga is ridiculously deep.
Been following for a while.
We got
Deepest
time.
saga.
We got plenty of time.
I'm trying to think. Back
All the
in
listeners will
probably
be
about
driving to work with this, so
2017 maybe. Lear would have been on a footy trip in Europe, and he was on Instagram, and I was
Sydney Swans back then.
Sydney
Yep,
Swans.
yep.
I was watching it, and he just started uploading these random stories. He'd be like him with a 2-litre bottle of Fanta in Italy, and he'd just drink a sip, and he'd be like, "Fanta in Italy tastes the same." 2 days later, he's
Checks
in,
out.
I don't know, name another European city, and he's got some chapel behind him, another maybe can of Fanta, drinks, he goes, tastes the same. And he just had this real random saga, and I don't think anyone picked up on it because social media and sort of all that sort of stuff
Encrypted.
wasn't
Was
really
it encrypted?
massive back then.
Wasn't
And
it?
Footy's really
Yeah.
changed into like the 28-year-old male and the Carlton draft and all that sort of
Yep.
like blowing up Mad Monday pages and blowing up all this stuff. Funny stuff wasn't really blowing up. But I was just like, this is hilarious. This is the funniest thing ever. Had it in the back of my mind. And then I think we met, and I said it to Lloydie at one point.
Yeah.
It was about 2020.
I was on a holiday in Darwin.
Yep.
And the Swans boys were there in one of the nightclubs, and I said to Joel, like, they're here. Like, and we were only
we
talking about the
it
Lear
like a couple
thing.
of days before.
Just-
Yeah.
So the Lear was starting to play good footy, and I was like,
course.
you know, like
So
back in
it's-
2017, this was
Yeah.
on
Thanks,
the
man.
Instagram, and he's like, no, I've never seen it. That's
So
incredible. Like,
Tom Papley and Ryan Clark were there, and I had to ask him, like, what's going on with the fan? And they were tight-lipped. They weren't, oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, to
Secrecy.
Joel, I was
Sworn
like,
it hasn't
secrecy.
been posted since.
Sworn
No,
secrecy.
Yeah,
So we were talking about
government.
it, like, there's something more to it. There's got to be something. So when the whole TikTok started, we just thought,
Let's
gotta-
expose it. Let's
find out
Bloody
ourselves. So we just started going, we're here on TikTok to have a fan of Lear, and just harassed him to come and have a fan with us, and just built it and
Because
built it.
AFL
Yeah.
players, most of them are like limited to like 2 Coke Zeros a week or something. They've
Yeah, of
all got this
course.
in their diet plans. You know, they've got to have sugar-free drinks, and they're only allowed like 2, 3, 30ml bottles. And here's a Lear on a footy trip just sculling 2 litres of Fanta in a pool instead of most players have champagne and other things. Dusty's got a yacht full of alcoholic drinks, and Lear's just sipping on Fanta. And I'm like, this is probably better to be just sipping on the champagne because the Fanta's just full of sugar, and it's probably known as the most sugary soft drink.
But he doesn't carry much fat, old
And
Lear.
we
Not
couldn't
sure where it
work out.
goes.
He's a very ripped dude.
Very ripped
and
man.
He's drinking Fanta, and I don't know why the coaches are letting it happen because people have been traded for less. And
I have been.
Yeah, we just dug it up. We just kept persisting.
So how long did it take you to get in touch with Aaliyah, and what happened when he actually found out what was going on? Because it's funny, like, AFL players and that. I can guarantee he knew
We
about
definitely
it.
had to know.
He knew about it because boys are going to the club and they're knowing and they're going, have a look at this.
I went for a walk out the front of my house and Henley Square, and then I was given a can giving Can a Fanta saying, I want to kick with Aaliyah. Can you please pass on the message? And these guys were just handing out cans of Fanta saying, if anyone sees Aaliyah, tell him we want to have a Fanta with him.
It was the worst pre-season, not that I trained, but the worst pre-season I've ever had because I've drunk about 600 litres of Fanta in the last 12 months. I had to go to the dentist that many times last year.
We're getting tips from like Lockie Jones saying, "Yep, when we go out for dinner, he's regularly drinking Fanta," and we're like,
"Yeah, he said."
Oh, he's back on it.
We're like,
yeah,
we got stiffed. Lockie Jones said we went to the Birkenhead the other night for a bit of a feed after training. Man, Aaliyah just straight at the bar, jug of Fanta with his dinner. So we raced down to the Birkenhead the next night. We're like, we're going to go have a jug of Fanta, see if we can get some answers. Sorry, guys, we actually don't sell Fanta here. It's a conspiracy. There was something going on.
Government don't want you to know.
Protected secret in the AFL.
Jonesy, one of the great lads out of the Eagles camp, definitely doesn't drink Fanta. He is beers, and more beers.
UDL passions.
Yeah.
And he's an OG Marmalade man, isn't he? Yeah. He was a part of he was a big fan of Marmalade before you was with Marmalade.
Well, I reckon it was
the downtown times.
I reckon it was
a sick place that is.
I reckon in the kicks it was M Knight and then L Jones. I reckon a day later.
A bit of Eagles content back to
back, and Jonesy at the game actually on the weekend. And no beers on the weekend, but he was nearly close to best on after we won the flag last year, and he wasn't even a part of it. But talk to me, like, when you got to Aaliyah, what happened?
We had little signs all year. At one point he put a story up with a bowl of Fanta. Well, this is incredible. He has not posted about Fanta.
It's not the Batman symbol in the sky.
We are spamming TikTok with this. And all of a sudden, a Fanta appears on his story. It was like, he's just throwing the line out.
He's playing hard to get.
He's just
we created cheese. We had a care package. We raced it down to the port store.
The next day, we raced out in the morning.
I remember seeing
straight to Woolworths.
We had a photo of his story in there as well.
Framed photo of the story. We signed it.
We saw it.
And he got it because then he's let us know, thanks to the Fanta.
He put it on the story.
But didn't tag us. So we were real confused.
We're like a bunch of freaks.
The message chain in our Instagram, because I've just tagged him in all this stuff, is just scroll for years before he's actually seen a message. We're like, he knows about it, but he has not opened any of our notifications.
So when you finally spoke to him, when talking about signed frames, thank you for our little presents as well. Our signed Marmalade frames as well. But what then happened? Like, you got to him. You had a Fanta with him.
Strange series of events.
It made no sense.
Was he
your best mate?
That
ticked it off was we were putting up posters in the Henley Beach area around the Randscape.
Sorry, we're saying these.
There's still a few hanging up. It's rained a lot since. There's been rain and wind, but they're still hanging up. These posters don't go away. We'll put them on car windows and paste them on every business shop front. And it had those tearaway slips with our Instagram written on it saying, "Have you seen Aaliyah? We want to have a Fanta. If you have, please message our Instagram." We went to the lap the next day. There was slips missing.
Oh no!
And Aaliyah commented on that video. Actually, it was the first time he's actually directly contacted us. And the comment was just tomorrow.
That was it.
That's it. There's one word. Aaliyah.
So we know how to be chatting. Like, is tomorrow the day?
It wasn't.
We were preparing ourselves like tomorrow was the day.
You boys wouldn't have slept.
No, it was like
not before Christmas.
We need to go to Coles. We go to Woolworths. We need to buy all the Fanta we can. We got to stock up.
Yeah. COVID times have been tough for Fanta. So
do one out of glass, one out of a plastic bottle, can. What's his favourite?
I called in sick for work.
just for going paying rent this week.
I called in sick for work.
Tomorrow, that's what we left us with. I had a shift, 9 to 5. I couldn't be at work. If whatever was to be called.
You had to be on call.
So if the boss hears this, no, I wasn't actually sick. I was at home waiting for the call.
That's ridiculous.
Breaking news.
Yeah. So I guess.
Anyways, tomorrow never came. That wasn't the day. That wasn't it. I sat at home all day, just watching Netflix. No message from Willie.
But I reckon it was the next day. The next day.
So I've got work. Lloyd has got work. Can't call in sick 2 days in a row. I actually do need to pay rent.
And he's just literally messaged like.
Lloyd is at work. He didn't see it. I get this notification. I just finished work, got home, about to make like a Nutella sandwich or something. have a glass of Fanta, and
Perfect.
pop message from Aaliyah. There was like cried tears.
Yeah.
Joy. Just seeing Aaliyah 21 message on Instagram. And he said, Ramskate, 15 minutes.
That's it.
He's at work at the Ramskate.
And the
Cameraman's at work.
Yeah.
We're the most
Spriting,
unprepared we've
yep.
ever been. I don't have any Fanta on me. It's all at his house.
The one time you've never had Fanta on you too.
So I've got in the car. Mum's like looked at me like, what is going on? I've just raced out the door, straight to Drake's Foodland. They've had 2 cases there, straight through the checkout, straight back in the car, zoomed to the Ramskate. Probably got done with the speeding fine on the way.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Pull up
Doesn't
in the
matter.
car park. I've sort of messaged him and he sort of knows it's happening but he's busy working. Like it's dinner service at 6 p.m.
course.
There's so much going on at his work.
Schnitzel night, I think might have been.
As I'm pulling the car park, I see Aaliyah and Frederick and who was the other one that was there?
Manuel Era.
Manuel Era.
E-Man.
Walking through the car
Big
park.
fan of the show.
Big
fan.
E-Man.
Yeah. Big fan of the show.
And I've got 2 cases of Fanta in my back seat and they sort of see, because I've just pulled up next to them to get into the car park and they just laugh. I'm like, it's happening.
You just knew the stars have aligned.
Yeah, anyway, as I get in.
Well, so I see Joel come through. And we're like, oh, he's sitting on the table. There he is.
Cases of Fanta.
We walk over together and, hey, mate, and he's just so nice. Like, hey, how are you boys? Like, you want to have a Fanta? And he's like, yes, I love Fanta. We're like, we knew it.
Really?
You are kidding me.
We've dedicated our lives to this.
And we're like, oh, do you want to have a can? He's like, nah, out of all the Fantas in the bottle, the glass bottle, we have them at the Ramsgate. So
The glass bottle.
glass bottle Fanta is his
That's
favourite.
crisp.
They are chilled. They're
They
more
are very
chilled.
nice. Yeah. They've always said it's the pinnacle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we quickly had a little photo and had a Fanta. It was the best tasting Fanta I've ever had. Absolutely. And I think
He had to order dinner. He was ordering dinner.
Yeah.
And I think he might have already ordered it because I rocked out to car park.
Of course, yeah.
So he didn't really want to intrude, but he's like, oh, you can sit down if you want. But there was a table of
I'm
blokes
working.
with dinner. He's at work in uniform. I'm like, do I just randomly sit at this table and start drinking Fanta? Like, I should have, looking back. But
Do you know what he had for dinner?
this is the best beer.
Oh, we've really got to start putting a script together.
I'm pretty. So he's had dinner with like Frederick, who plays at Fort.
Yep.
Era used to play AFL.
Yep.
And, trying to think if Frederick ordered maybe the garlic prawns,
maybe.
and he's drinking Fanta,
Yeah, he loved it.
and Aaliyah had the salmon
Salmon.
with Fanta.
With Fanta, yeah.
I didn't know that went together. I thought it was nice. Yeah.
Great pairings. If you ever
Great
want to do open a restaurant or a pub and you do those like food pairings
Yep.
for the drinks, you know they might do like who's pale and battered fish, salmon Fanta. Put in there.
Or
It works.
Or a Doc Brewing.
Doc Brewing.
Doc
Yeah,
Brewing.
great sponsor. Great to have on.
Another plug for those guys.
Amazing. Amazing story, bro.
I can't believe we've spoken about, was that 10, 15 minutes
About
on Lee
Aaliyah.
having a Fanta. We went round a bit, but I'm glad we got
I
the
thought
We
destination.
felt bad in the end for him because we'd put up that many videos. I think we
got
went to
ready.
Port one day and we did a video and we sort of the video was we're placing cans of Fanta outside the door trying to attract him out like a cheese trap.
Yep.
Like he might see the Fanta, grab one and then see the next one and he'll walk out and he would have to be at the end of the trail like, haha, Fanta. But the media guy came out and saw us and he's like, oh, Marmalade, yep. Where's this going to be posted? Yep. I'll see it tomorrow. Yep.
Thank you.
Just another video. Yeah, we get tagged in these every day. Like,
Now, you haven't got everybody. I've been seeing there's been a big fish you guys have been after. I think you've pretty much got everyone that you've gone for, in my knowledge, but one person.
been hard. Some of them have been hard, but some of them have been easy. And we've had to travel to Melbourne to get one of them. We had to go to Melbourne to have a banana with Siddle. But the latest one is we want the boss.
Yeah, you want the big fish. You want the big salmon.
Yeah.
The big
This is
salmon.
salmon
Yeah. Explain who the big boss is, guys.
Gil.
Yeah, pretty soon. We want the boss, and we've been chasing him before. He said he was retiring.
Yep.
Now that he's retiring, it's making a bit of urgency come to it. So
While there's
It could be
currency.
majestical, though, because
Yeah.
it could be his like parting gift to the AFL.
How he's going in the pursuit?
we took a sign every single day to the
saw
MCG. So we travelled to Melbourne for the Festival of Footy Round 1.
He was there a couple of days too. We didn't know if he would be, but he was.
He would have been in the
Saw the news.
MCC. We didn't quite have those tickets or anything like that.
I could have sorted you out, boys.
Never plays for anything.
MCC member since
We
2018.
met all these footy players, Dal Santo, Tom Bell, Chambers, Kane Lambert. They all got around the sign, and Mark Robinson was getting around the sign.
I did see Robbo.
Slobbo Robbo.
Unfortunately, no one sipped Gil the 2 cents. He doesn't. I don't think he's heard.
Went to
of this.
AFL House.
Yeah, well,
done it all.
Unfortunately, AFL House is under construction. We went out the front waving the sign.
Well,
No
yeah, some
one's
straight
working
knocking on the door.
We get up close, like, hang on, there's nothing in here. It's the construction zone.
So, Gil, if you're listening, or we know you are listening, Gil.
Yeah, Gil, big fan.
Follow at Marmalade on Instagram.
Yeah,
Get in touch with the boys.
Get in touch. Now, boys, the other thing I love that you do is your footy cards. All right, and recent weeks I've gotten into the footy cards more because look to pass some time at work, but thought we'll get into the footy cards. But we're going to open some packed. I know. Checkers, I messaged you last week because I fucked up and bought the wrong packets and asked which ones I should be getting. So I've got the select ones this week.
They're the ones.
These are the ones? Which ones?
These are the ones. They're the team coach.
Team coach.
But not too bad, but I've been told these hold their value a little bit more. That's from the professional himself in Checkers. Now, you boys have been unbelievable in this space. Lloydie, you've pulled a couple of... talk to us about that because I don't... entirely understand how it works, but you've pulled some big cards.
Yeah, so we've been doing this for a couple of years now, and last year I pulled one of the marquee cards. The day of the Torp was the actual day I pulled a Harry Perriman.
Yeah, we went to the pub.
Yeah, that's how
we actually went there to open footy cards.
We went to open footy cards and picked a Torp instead.
Some guys go to have a beer and you guys have footy cards.
We had a beer and still have footy cards. And it's probably 1 in 800 and something packs, that one. So I was like pretty excited. It was the first box open, and then I said to him this year, hey, we're going to go hard on footy cards this year. And I've gone into somewhere in Region Arcade, I think it is. I've got a hobby shop there. Bought 2 boxes. Me and him start opening it on TikTok Live. And out we pull. We were confused. We hadn't even looked up what cards were in it yet. We just started pulling them open. And there was a Bailey Smith Redemption signature card, which is 1 in 1,200 packs.
Wow.
And those packs are actually jumbo ones, which are
they're like double the size. So really it's like 1 in 2,400.
Yeah. So if you look on eBay or something like that, they're probably valued around anywhere from 600 to 1,000, depending what people want to pay.
Wow, that's huge.
The next,
do you put it on the market or do you
I've held on for now?
Yeah,
always hold.
Yeah, so they can be redeemed anytime, I guess. But
reinvest, chase your losses.
So that got me really.
We might do a Triple M segment. Buy, hold, sell.
So you open up 2 boxes and you hit something like that, and you go, all right, I'm on. So I've decided to go on the website and bought a case. And the very first
How
box,
much did that cost you, by
that
the
was
way?
800 and
He's done $800 on the footy cards.
$870 of postage.
How much have you guys spent on footy cards?
1,800 this year.
Fuck.
That, 1,900. So then the very next box, we're in Melbourne. We've got the cameraman Trey with us.
Been to the night one, round 1, Melbourne versus Bulldogs on the Wednesday.
So after the game, we just on
match.
Yeah, kicked some Torps with Dale Thomas, and I think that day we might have had a banana with Peter Siddle.
Yeah.
So it's been a big day.
Huge day.
Yeah, and we're just sitting there, just like, all right, we'll pick one of these boxes out of 8. And sure enough, the cameraman just pulled one of the last packs, and there's another one of the Bailey Smith redemption cards, 1 in 12,000 or 1,200 packs. And we were just going, oh my God.
You've got 2 of the same card.
Yeah, so 2 boxes in a row, 2 of the same card. Number 17, number 41 out of 60. So there's only 360 of these cards in existence with the 6 players, and I've got 2 of them, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah.
That'll be worth a bit. And the way Bailey Smith, not a bad one to have either.
Yeah, I think the Bailey's just shooting up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the right way, as a footballer.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
As I said, kid-friendly podcast.
Kid-friendly, sorry. I did forget about the earlier. Yeah.
Now, let's open some packs. All right, and we're gonna start with these select ones.
Yeah, start with select.
And let's get into them.
These ones are like the classic ones you got here. So there's jumbo.
Would there
like
be any value in here?
Yes, big time. Checkers actually managed to pull a Sam Walsh redemption, like Spectrum 3.
Redemption card.
And he had number 1 of...
So I number them out of like whatever.
Which he managed to sell already. So
I sold it. I need to pay rent. I'm not a lawyer. I can't go dumping $800 on footy cards a week.
You just spend a lot of money. What do you got?
Got a James Aish. It's shiny.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Yeah, the parallel cards, 1 in 2 packs, I reckon.
Okay, 1 in 2 packs.
What else you operate?
That would be the
operators in that pack.
Jai Simpkin, big fan. Hopper, your man, Jacob Hopper. Gary Rowan, Madison Prakakis.
Yeah. Big fan.
Who just left Carlton, by the way.
Rampy and Luke Ryan, one of my favourites actually. Good man.
I tell you what I did pulling the cards the other week. Hugh Greenwood, Gold Coast, 2022.
Yeah, that's
unbelievable that they couldn't get the cards right. He was still.
They would have printed it before, or sent it off to get printed before he got the trade.
So who we got? We got Brandon Ellis.
Oh boy. This is a good
Jake the
one.
Snake Lever. You actually wouldn't read about it.
Something good's coming.
Shows up to the camera.
We got Aaliyah. Oh, you want to read about it?
I reckon he was in the Bailey Smith redemption one as well. So
Yeah, well, what happens is with every big card we pulled so far is the card behind it or the card in front of it has been elite.
It's Alicia Ebert. Yep, another good one. Big fan of the show. What do we got here? We've got
Burst.
a Burst Jeremy Cameron.
So these ones aren't numbered. I think they're about 1 in 4 packs or something along those lines.
Nice card.
Yeah, nice
as well.
card.
Real nice
See,
card.
that looks of value, but no real value.
No.
No,
So
right,
all your values are pretty much written out in the back here, so
Okay,
you can see
yeah.
them.
Okay.
Majority of these cards don't hold value, but what you can do with them is take them to places and hand them out to people and pretend they're a lot of that to you.
A bit like your own footy cards.
Yeah, you go to
But
the Ramsgate on
Which we do
Friday
have
night
here.
and you go, hey mate,
Houston McCluggage.
Fans at home.
Shaney McAdam. Played nice down in Ballarat the other week. Nick Nat Nui. Kirsty Lamb. Fucking hell. Would you have a look at what we've got here, bro? We've pulled a Jimmy Tumpus signature select 2014 Melbourne Demons card. Have a look at that.
Brilliant. Talk about cards that don't hold their value.
former Metro West medalist.
Jimmy Tumpus signature. Who would have thought?
Brilliant. I did see on one of those rare Guernsey sites, a half Melbourne, half Port Jimmy Tumpus Guernsey.
Have you got it?
No, I didn't get it. It was currently listed for
Were you selling it?
no, it wasn't selling it. It was listed for $400. And there was zero nibbles.
They've definitely got their values.
You guys do that. That's pretty clever.
Sharp. That's
That's
it's funny where that cards come from. Is fans can always send stuff into the players.
Yep.
A fan has sent a whole heap of cards in for Jimmy to sign and send back, and Jimmy forgot to send them back, so he's giving me one at training tonight. So shout out to Jim.
Maybe break and shout that fan at half Melbourne, half Port.
Shout out to the fan that sent the card in as
Thank
well.
you.
Here we got Gunner's side bottom. Oh, this is a great one. Tex Perkins.
big fan of the
Big
show.
fan of the show.
She's part of the family.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
love her. We love her
Yeah.
at Cotton Media
Yeah.
as well.
Bit of Matt Knight about her.
Got a Jared Lyons, another big fan of the show, milestone card. That's a nice one. Big fan of the show.
Milestones.
Cam Guthrie, Timmy English, Ali Anderson, and Andrew Gaff. as
Milestone
well.
game. That's 1 in 8. That's that's getting up there a little bit.
We'll take that.
We'll take that as well. So
If you win, I reckon they're worth about $6.
now
Milestone
checkers.
games. Pushing it.
Now talk to me about what was at your Seaton place. That when you resided there.
I think we could put it on this wall just here. It'd be really nice.
What did you have at that house?
All right, so I rented a house, a 3-bedroom house, paying rent, and no rental history to my name. Need to build a good report in the rental department.
Tough market at the moment.
Went out, bought about $100 worth of blue tack. Actually, a couple months earlier, had a couple milks at a nightclub and decided to buy 60 kilos of footy cards. I was selling them by the kilo. A hobby shop was closing down. There was a hobby shop closing down, and I saw an advert pop up on Facebook or something, and I thought, this is great. I need to do this. And bought 60 kilos of them. And they rocked up to, I was staying at Mum and Dad's house because obviously I wasn't renting at this point. Mum's woken me up after a night shift and going, I can't lift this thing up that's on the doorstep, but it's in an oven box. Are you moving out? No, but it's a footy cards. So I got this massive box. I've had to get a sack truck to actually get it into this property that we're renting, and me and my housemate at the time blue tacked 1,600 of them to the lounge room feature wall.
From top one corner to the other corner, literally.
What's happened?
Nothing. The real estate agent came in about 3 months later for inspection and almost died, but thought it was also hilarious. Luckily, the owners were like 90-year-old people who didn't speak English and didn't really know much better. So we kept it there for 2.5 years, and then when I had to move out, I had to spend about 6 days straight sandpapering the wall and repainting it.
That place needs to be burnt down.
We'll have to get.
That
We'll
and the
get,
Sphinx are two places that had
we'll
little
get a
souls.
photo up on the show as well. We'll
Definitely.
get checkers to send one to us so
We
that we
actually,
can post it.
the way we met as well is we recreated it in a nightclub in the city. So we did, I don't know if there was, it's probably more than 1,600 on that one.
On downtown?
You ordered
Yeah.
about 3,000. I reckon we put about 2/3 of it up.
Yeah, so we're probably not 60 kilos this time because I still have a lot of leftovers. We ordered a few
course.
more kilos.
Yep.
And did delicatessen. deli or whatever, said footy cards, please. And we glued these ones to the wall. So we had adhesive glue, and then it was in a nightclub. It was meant to be a feature wall. I actually remember the day I called the boss and said, level 3 bar, feature wall, footy cards going to cost you $300. Yes, no? And he said, yeah, all right, sure.
Cheaper than paint.
Yeah.
It's brought cheaper paint. Paint's expensive these days.
We spent days gluing these cards to the wall, and then we adhesive contacted them, and they're still up there now, I'm pretty sure. We don't work there anymore. I don't know what the new owners think of it, but...
Good luck getting them off.
Yeah. You have to replace that wall.
I'm probably still there now.
As someone who has pulled down a footy card wall, it's not fun.
Nah, boys, thanks heaps for coming on the show. It's great to revive the podcast with the Marmalade boys.
Right, what a great start. I'm not sure it's going to be hard to top. It's going to be a big season.
Yeah, it's a big one to start. Boys, plug the TikTok and the Instagram for us.
At Marmalade_Oz would be the go. But yeah.
And plenty more videos coming up.
Hopefully,
Gil on the hit list. We're going to try. We're going to see what we can do.
We've got some contacts up
You've
top.
got Jimmy. We got Jimmy Tumpus as the AFLPA.
We do. If someone's going to get to him,
Yeah.
it's the man that has 100 coffees a day.
Yeah.
Jimmy Tumpus.
Yeah, I've actually been on the receiving end of a couple of those. Lovely touch. Thank you, the AFLPA, for paying for those.
Yeah.
But we're gonna help get to the bottom of this because it needs to happen, bro.
It does need to happen.
It needs to
Let's make it
happen. We'll get the call out, see what we can do, boys. Thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to watching what you boys are doing next and what new rare adventure you get up to, and we might even try and tag along with one, Bray.
We might have to. I might have to. You can ring my boss though. I don't think he'll love that.
We kicked with Matty Knight, of course, and then we were going to kick with Bray. I think that was in the works. It was like, we need to get Bray. We've got Matt. We need Bray. But then Bray went and did his old knee injury. So now he's recovered. Now he's been at Body Fit and Coach's Award under his belt.
Yep, shout out Body Fit, West
He's kicking
Lakes.
talks better than he's ever kicked in his life. So
Well, the problem is we've got to find something small so that
kick
Bray
over.
can kick over it. Maybe a Coke can because it's about as far as Bray's got in the leg these days.
It could be the Redeemer. You could send it to your dad and say, Dad, remember when you dropped me for that grand final?
I want to rule
Never
Mark.
again.
I want to rule Mark Williams with the tyre. All right, for you were wrong.
You were wrong. I like it. Boys, thanks heaps. Bray, we're back up and running. Every couple of weeks we're going to jump in and have a chat, talk some shit.
But we do have to end on our new segment.
Oh, you've got your...
It was just.
Who have you got?
This may lead into a future episode.
It's called The Forgotten Heroes.
Forgotten Heroes.
So
Doc
who you got?
Brewing.
Yep.
Forgotten Man. This may lead into a future episode, which is I'm not going to give too much away. We thought we need a little segment to finish off each one. Someone you haven't thought about for a while. There's a lot of names that go through our heads. A lot of kids born in the 90s, and we just think about random names: Clive Waterhouse, Jared Petranko, Sean Wellman, Kepler Bradley. The one I want to bring up, great man, local guy, Trent the Potential Henschel.
Yeah.
How good was he?
Yeah, he was...
And what could have been?
He was a star. It could have been anything. He's your Forgotten Hero of the Week.
He's my Forgotten Hero of the Week.
And maybe trying to look at a potential
guests. We've made contact. We're just waiting for his guys to talk back to our guys.
As someone who grew up in this area, and I know you went to St. Francis Primary, there was a street in Fulham Gardens.
Yep. Near Clyde Avenue.
It had about 16 houses on it. About 14 of them were St. Francis kids, and I know this because I lived the street over and I used to play with them after school and stuff. We go to the park, kick the footy, but that was the hot spot. You wanted to be on that street. 15 houses of St. Francis kids. There's a house at one end, 2-story house. Tom Logan lived in it. There's a house
Junkyard Dog.
A house at the other end, a white house. It was red brick, Tom Logan, white brick, 2-story house. Trent Henschel. Just either end of this street of St. Francis kids. And I don't know who lived on it, but I'm pretty sure Joey Ferroni lived there.
Great man, Joey.
All these great local footballers that have grown up just grew up on that Logan Henschel Street. So when you do catch him for a podcast, ask him about the Tom Logan situation and the house that he lived in. It was very famous in the local area.
We will. I just love that Checkers actually remembers the colour of the brick and
Remember what bedroom he got changed into?
We used to go and kick the footy out the front of each end. So like we choose, if Port were playing good, we go down to Logan. Crows was playing. I think Henschel kicked a bag one day and we're all out the front kicking the footy, hoping he might see us in the front yard and come out for a kick, but we never could get him. It was like, I'm really working hard. And think they might come out and want to have a kick with us, but it never happened.
So to all those guys driving home from your long day at work or driving to work, about to start a long day at work, just spare a thought for Trent Henschel. What could have been. Keep him in your thoughts today. Maybe bring up when you go home, talk to the family about him. So, relive the memory.
Absolutely. Love it. Boys, thanks heaps. Good to be back. Look forward to hearing from everyone again soon, getting some questions out and getting some new guests on as we go into 2022. Hope everyone enjoyed. Give it a like and a follow and a share, and we'll see you all soon.
See you guys.